Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about President Biden's speech. We're going to talk about the speech that Biden just gave a few hours ago. We're going to talk about the theme that's in it, the purpose of the speech, the major theme, I should say. There are smaller ones, but they all feed into the main one. And just kind of go over it. Now, the speech itself for Biden, this is the defining speech of his career. This is the speech for him. It's short. I didn't look at the time. Less than 15 minutes, if I had to guess, 12. I don't know. I'll put a link down below so you can watch it. But this was the speech for Biden. This is the speech that when books are put together about presidents and their speeches, this will be the one that gets included from him. And he knew that. Because one of the purposes of the speech was to do something that pretty much every president does, and that's try to shape their legacy. Kind of reach into the future and hand historians little notes. Every president does it, almost every. And that was present. That purpose was definitely there. He talked about the things his administration had accomplished, the things that were left undone, the things that he still wanted to see happen in the months he has left in office. The speeches like this, they are referenced often, and that's important because when you get to the major theme, it's worth understanding that he included this theme in a speech that is going to be referenced throughout future history, I guess. It's the defining speech. And as he tried to engage in that presidential behavior of shaping his legacy, he also had a plea, a request of the American people. And that's the theme. That's the real theme in the speech. Yeah, it's about passing the torch, and there's a lot of elements of hope. But the reason you have to have the hope, the reason the hope is important, the reason he felt the need to pass the torch, and all of that in the speech, it all draws back to that request of the American people. And it's real simple. Reject authoritarianism and embrace democracy and the fundamental American ideals. That's the request, and that's the theme. One of the things that has come up often when Biden talks about this is whether or not it's just politics. It's just rhetoric. He chose the defining speech of his career, the speech that he knew historians would look back at, to inject a plea about choosing democracy over authoritarianism. I feel incredibly comfortable saying that it is not just politics to him. The irony in it is that if the American people choose to embrace democracy, his defining speech, the speech historians will look back at, will cast him as a silly alarmist. Because, as time marches on and that distance occurs, people will look back and be like, there's no way they would do that, you know? And he knows that. He's been in politics a really long time. He's seen a lot of these speeches. The message of rejecting authoritarianism and embracing democracy, it was something that he was willing to tie his legacy to, and something that he felt the message was important enough to include it in something that would be referenced later, and that if people followed the plea, he would look silly. I have zero problem saying that for Biden, it's not just rhetoric. It's not just politics. He believes the United States is at a crossroads and that the choice is going to be made in November. The speech will be down below. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.